So it seems like Wei Qian is still very reluctant to give in to these feelings that he might have for Xiao Yun. Even after Xiao Yun had pressed him and asked him about it, he still tried to avoid it. But I think Xiao Yun understands that Wei Qian isn't ready quite just yet to have this discussion. He knows that Wei Qian still needs more time to process it. He understands that what he's asking of Wei Qian is a lot, especially for Wei Qian. He understands that Wei Qian needs more time and that he needs to be a little bit more patient with him until he's ready to talk about it. And I think he's also worried that if he continued to push Wei Qian on the issue, that Wei Qian might end up having to push him away again, and he may not be able to see him again for a while. So I think he's just backed off a little bit and just appreciate the fact that he's back home in a familiar setting and that he gets to see Wei Qian again. And I think at this point, he will just take what he can get. Xiao Yun's feelings for him never really changed. Even on the letter that he wrote as his last words, it was still primarily about Wei Qian. And when Wei Qian asked him about the letter, Xiao Yun just pretty much reiterated his feelings for Wei Qian and said that if he was to summarize the trajectory of his life, he could easily sum it up with just 2 words: Wei Qian. And to have someone who you obviously care about feel so strongly towards you the way Xiao Yun feels towards Wei Qian, I can't even imagine how overwhelming that might feel. And not necessarily in a bad way, but just in general, having someone who has that much feeling for you, I can't help but feel, if I was in his situation, to feel some type of responsibility to reciprocate that feeling. But I think that's where Wei Qian is having trouble or difficulty, because he's really my brother, but he's not my blood. What do I do? And when Wei Qian found out about Xiao Yun's near-death experience while he was hiking and was caught in an avalanche, which prompted this very touching note, I think it got Wei Qian thinking about the what ifs. What if me sending Xiao Yun abroad and it turned out that that was the last time that I'd be seeing him? Would I have regretted that? Or what if me continuing to avoid this feeling that I think I have for Xiao Yun, this feeling that I have been suppressing, what if all of this would end with this letter of last words? Would I have regretted that? I think he might be finding himself in a position where he may need to reevaluate or reassess his stance on Xiao Yun and his willingness to entertain or to reciprocate what Xiao Yun has been giving him, especially after another near-death experience that they both just had in the hands of Le Ge. So we'll see what he does moving forward, knowing that really life is short. And speaking of which, I think in the next episode his illness seems to be getting worse and Xiao Yun is urging him to really seriously get it checked. And Xiao Bao really did make an appearance here, or at least not the adult version of her, but the one who did make an appearance, even though it was very brief, was San Pang. And it turns out that Wei Qian had placed San Pang on probation ever since learning about his relationship with his sister. San Pang is not pushing the issue, he's not trying to argue with Wei Qian, he's really trying to get Wei Qian's approval because Wei Qian said that he hadn't approved his relationship with his sister just yet. I love San Pang and Wei Qian's relationship, even though nowadays it's gotten a little bit more complex, but you know that at the end of the day, they will be there for each other. And Dr. Lynn is back, very messy and chain smoking as always, and it looks like he's just gotten new supplies of, I believe, cigarettes from Xiao Yun. So he's well stocked up. Sam just plays this character so well. I just love how different this character is from Gao Sida from Fighting Mr. Second. He is a complete opposite of that character. Here he's just this really carefree doctor who probably owns his own clinic and not having to worry about, you know, reporting to his bosses. Here he can open or close his clinic whenever he wants to. He can take a smoke break whenever he wants to. He can take a nap whenever the fuck he wanted to, and nobody's gonna say shit about it. I love it. And Dr. Lin clearly cares about Wei Qian and his family, and he stayed in contact with Xiao Yun also throughout the years, and he even tried to discourage Xiao Yun from going to the minion or going to the mob because of the danger that he might have to encounter, and knowing how important he is to Wei Qian should anything happen to him. So he really tries to look out for the family, but he knows that the brothers are very stubborn and they're gonna do whatever they want to do. They're not asking for his permission. But it's nice to have someone like him around the family as another layer of support for them. So Xiao Yuan still goes to this mob even though he was advised not to go and not to worry about them. But I think when he caught wind that they were coming for them again, he wanted to confront them because he didn't want anything bad to happen to his brother, so he'd rather take the bullet for him. That's how much he cares about Wei Qian, that they were both willing to take a bullet for each other. And I think Le Ga saw that and was, I'm gonna say, impressed by that, and that's what kind of prompted him to let him go and told him that I don't want to ever see you again. Le Ga is terrifying. As gorgeous of a man he is, I would not want to be anywhere near him. He looks like he could explode and just pull the trigger on me any moment. Anyway, that is it for us today. Thank you so much for being here and thank you for your time. Before you go, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you won't miss my next video. Until then, I will see you later.